And it's, to be honest, I just find the whole thing, I don't want to go into it all over again. But
I don't want to give it any more airtime, but at the end of the day, like, it just fucking pisses me off because the same person fucking commented today, did a little status thing, and this is the last thing I'll talk about this stuff. And they were like, poor Aussie wrestlers, when you find out that someone from Survivor is getting a tryout. The guy from Survivor is a jacked Maori dude, and that's like a lot, dude. Look, that's been fueling their business for ages.
What's his social media following?
Yeah, exactly right. And the other thing is like, bro, they don't care. They want bodies that they can train and they can get better at. It's just the reality of the business. Like, this is not something that's going to change. People are going into pro wrestling, whatever. People are coming from Survivor. That's right. And then the funny thing is, one person commented on that post and they said, yeah, that's interesting. He's from Survivor because that's how Grayson Waller got to WWE too.
Right? But the thing is as well, bro, like you can be mad at it, but that's like an indie fight. Like, that's like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think. Let's pick an indie wrestler, and it's just by anyone. Let's say Joey Janela. That's like Joey Janela going and getting upset that Logan Paul got signed to WWE and he didn't.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? Like, when you look like Logan Paul, when you have as much crossover as Logan Paul, this guy that on Survivor is massive on TikTok and Instagram and shit, right? So,
of course.
That they want people who come with a built-in following. So WWE, I've heard someone that little Triple H say once somewhere, and I've heard this somewhere where Triple H has said, "Yeah, what we're looking for people to have something that we don't have. Like, we can." He goes, and he said, "I can teach fucking anybody to wrestle. I can teach anyone to fucking wrestle. That's the easy part. You're athletic,
100%.
you have stuff, go for it." But you know what I mean? But if you come and you have a fucking massive following, you have, something to offer, something that you're bringing to the table, not just because like, I'm really good at wrestling. Well, yeah, everyone at WWE is really good at wrestling. That's why they're fucking there. Like, you got to have something a bit more. And unfortunately, that's life.
You look at what when WWE made their press announcement, 6 weeks ago, about who they were looking to give tryouts to. They wanted guys who were over 6 foot tall, over 90 kilos, with a sports background, ideally in like rugby league, rugby union, AFL, some combat sports. Like, they went in saying, these are the people that we want. If you can tick these boxes, give us a call because we want to have a look at you. Like, I looked at the photo today of some of the guys getting tryouts, and don't be wrong, everyone that I saw in there has talent, but a lot of those guys are lucky to have gotten the tryout because they weren't ticking all those boxes that they put in the press release 6 weeks ago. And don't be wrong, a lot of those guys have been invited by WWE to try out and blah blah blah. But even if you're not part of the business, they're asking for these people to apply. This is what they want.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's the thing. There is so many people that, look at it in a sense of like they're fucking owed something. And it's
and this business is not going to give you a hug, brother. It's too cold. It is what it is.
Wrestling is nothing.
Your wrestling owes you nothing. And at the end of the day, sorry to cut you off, Piers, bro, but like, this is the thing that pisses me off the most. Like I've fucking been busting my ass pretty hard. And I understand that at the end of the day, like, where we are as a business, I know no matter how hard I try, like, I'll try sometimes, but I am going to be stuck in this fucking 5'8" body. And I say 5'8", fuck you, Axel Strife, I'm 5'8". But, I'm going to stuck in this 5'8" body. That's why I put on a fucking fly suit. Hey, that's just the reality of the situation. You got to get over some way. The thing that this business lacks the most on an independent level, on our local level, is fucking self-awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And even sort of just touching on this EPW thing, one more time, and we talk about people getting this social outrage and all this bullshit. Look at it like from a business at this point, right? If there's females and women out there that really love wrestling, that want to give it a go, so they find out about, I don't know, whatever female wrestler, they go to her Twitter and they see how And I've seen it. Women are treated badly. It's misogynistic in wrestling. It's blah, 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 blah. You're turning people away from the business.
Mm-hmm.
So you're turning away an area which has been improving, has been growing, has been dominating the last couple of years in the wrestling world with women and being highlighted more than anybody else. But now, by posting some of that stuff and posting that, all you're doing is turning away others, and you're halting it from growing. You're halting more women from coming into the business. And that's the whole fucking goal here.
Imagine if we were all just a tad more self-aware. We wouldn't have like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to shit on anyone here, but we wouldn't have people starting up promotions, putting the belts on themselves because saying, I need to be in this spot. And we wouldn't have people gatekeeping the belts with themselves. Like it just fucking needs a bit more self-awareness and a bit more understanding of where we're going. Like let's focus on the crowd. Let's take the first match, the second match, the third match, and whenever you are, the main event, wherever you are, let's take that spot and take it with pride and know that you have an individual role in making this show work and making Australian wrestling better. And let's all work like fucking bees of the hive. We all have our fucking roles. Shout out, B-boy.
Hey, but you know what, bro? Like, you're a prime example of someone like that, man. You go, you bust your ass, you go to every show, you're there for fucking setup, you're there for fucking tear down.
Thanks.
And you know what I mean? Like, you take whatever spot you're given on a card and you say, thank you very much. May I have another booking? You know what I mean? Like, and hell yeah, you do. And you've seen your career, and you've seen I've seen someone like you get more opportunities because you don't fucking put your ego in front of where you want to be, which is get on more shows. Like, you don't give a fuck if you're going to make $100 or you're going to make $50. You go and you do what's fucking required, and you stand there and you do the fucking time.
Thanks, brother.
Jessica Wills, 100%. Everyone too in it for their own fucking glory. You know what? But you know what it is? You have to be selfish in wrestling, and I get it. And you have to have a level of prick in you as well. But don't be a whiny bitch either. And I'm not saying that directed at females using the word bitch. I'm using it from fucking everyone, from males, females, and non-binary. Don't be a whiny fucking bitch. Sorry.
Yeah. No,
I digress.
It's a very fair point. Like, end of the day, if we aren't all working as one machine, like, argument's sake, we're wrestling at Mortdale in a couple of weeks. We're going to all work as a crew to make that show best show possible, right? Now, if argument's sake, I drag my feet in my match, or A-Kill drags his feet in his match, people are going to turn around and go, why these guys can't be bothered showing up? Why are we bothering to show up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, end of the day, and that stretches from what we do at Mortdale to what happens at Wollongong Diggers, what happens up in the Hunter Valley, happens in Newcastle, happens in Sydney, happens all over the shop. Because people don't always recognize the letters that are on the front of a company, right? To the average family, mum, dad, and 2 kids, they don't know the difference between FWA, UWA, IWA, PWA, rock and roll wrestling. No one knows the difference between them. They just know, oh, there's wrestling on. Let's go to wrestling. You got your kids like watching WWE. Let's go to wrestling.
Yeah.
If we're not here to help build the brand, the Australian wrestling brand as a whole, then we're not pushing ourselves in the right direction.